analogy.
Tape as well. You're the host now. Alright, so this is the way we're going to do it. Okay. Explain to me, just tell me what you're doing. What's the, what was the idea?
What am I doing? Do you want to know?
In the contemporary, how do we work this video? How's it going to work? What were you saying before?
I don't know what you're asking me.
What were you saying before? We were talking about contemporary art. And do you think this is the way that we should do this?
With this?
With the microphone in somebody's face here? Is this the way to do that?
No.
Okay. Explain to me then. Carolyn. Hi, Carolyn.
Hi.
Will you tell me what the Carnegie International is?
The Carnegie International, it's an art show for contemporary art. It's once every 3 years at the Carnegie Museum, and it's for artists from all over the place.
Meaning all over the place? Where is
Meaning internationally. International, like artists from anywhere in the world. Any country.
Any country in the world. Okay. All right, now what? Oh, you want the MTV look, huh? Okay.
Richard wants the MTV look, so I guess we should do it.
That's the MTV look that you're looking for there?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Now, how about what were we talking about earlier? We were talking about a game show thing here. How would that work out?
That was Matt's idea.
Matt's idea. Let's get Matt in there.
That was me.
Matt, tell me about that game show thing you're talking
We
about.
want to know about the game show.
You had some kind of idea about a game show. I don't know what it was.
I just think do it what the categories could be, the topics we're hitting on, and have people act them out.
What's that?
I said, have the topics. Have the topics be like the stuff we're going to be hitting on, like the 7 C's, whatever, and have, I guess, like get the theater department to participate in acting out of the game shows.
To do one scenario you were talking about one before. Talk about it a little
Like
bit.
Jeopardy, or something like that.
Yeah.
Or
What about Jeopardy?
have the categories be the questions, or the topics that like curate or whatever, and I don't know, have them describe it, like the people that are answering the questions.
Okay. So okay, now I want you to tell me what a curator is.
Someone who curates.
What's a curator do? Who is a curator? What is a curator?
Do you expect me to know that?
I don't know. I was kind of hoping you did.
I cannot say. I plead the Fifth Amendment.
I say we interrogate him, Mr. Childers.
You gotta have the swinging light.
All right, interrogate him.
What is a curator?
What? There you go. There you go. All right.
Where were you on the night of November 23rd?
Okay, so what is a curator? What does a curator do? What's a curator's job?
To gather artwork for whatever museum they are working at. I didn't look up the definition. You got the dictionary right there.
You want to look it up in the dictionary?
Do I want
She
to look
looked
it
up
up?
contemporary art. We're going to come back to that question.
Yeah, she'll look up curator too.
Well, I have a whole
Hey!
Yeah, that's more like
There we go.
I can deal with that.
You can deal with that one?
Feel like I better do it. Because that's
Okay, now, Matt, tell me what a curator does. Okay?
I'm still waiting.
now that you're blue.
Just tell me what a curator does.
I don't have the words for it. I can't remember.
A curator. All right, try, what is contemporary art?
Artwork that is done now, reflecting the issues and things that are happening in the world right now.
Okay, now are these things that you think another high school student would want to know? Somewhere down the line?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Why?
Yeah, why? You want to know why?
Because it's a representation of the time period they're living in.
Uh-huh. Go ahead. All right. How about, let's hit you with another one here. You weren't with the committee meeting the other day. Do you know what the committee did?
What they do?
The committee for the Carnegie International.
No, I didn't even see the whole tape, so I don't know.
Okay. Do you know what a... can you tell me what the Carnegie International is?
A gathering of international contemporary artwork that is displayed at the Carnegie Museum. A gathering of contemporary artwork that is displayed at the Carnegie Museum.
Uh-huh.
This is more like shit we didn't want to do.
Okay, explain. This is more like what we did.
Ron needs to get on there.
Why is this what we didn't want to do?
It's against my religion. I'm all
Why is this not what we want? Why is this not what we want to do?
Open your mouth again.
Yeah, shut up. Why is this not what we wanted to do?
Because
Why not?
we want to have this.
Uncomfortable.
Yeah, it makes you feel uncomfortable, and we said,
Uninteresting.
yeah, and you're just sitting here with a camera and a microphone.
Uh-huh.
I'm like, damn it. And it's saying what we think something is. That's not how we want it to go, because it is pretty boring.
Okay, even if the stuff is cut up and put into other things, like we talk about what Carnegie International is and cut it up with other footage of different internationals.
Ooh, we were.
At least.
We're taking good care of it.
Well, right now, it kind of, this is boring.
Right now, what? What's that? We're waiting. We want an
I
answer.
said this is boring.
This is boring. Okay, so how can we make it not boring?
We were just saying it would be more interesting. We were just saying it would be more interesting if we had, instead of saying this is what a curator is. A curator is someone who chooses, decides which art and which artists are represented in a certain art show. If we could show it.
Like this.
Because it's always different. It's the difference between reading something in a dictionary and experiencing it. If you read it in a dictionary, it's never gonna, you're not as likely to remember it than if you have some sort of direct contact with it.
Mm-hmm. Like if we did this. Yeah,
Did
this.
what?
Look. So this is Madeline. She's curating. And she's like talking to one of her artists that she wants to.
Okay, Madeline's talking to one of her artists. Wait a minute. This is... All right. Narrate this for me, okay? All right.
On camera. Real quick.
What are you going to do? I'm going to cut that off on camera. Okay.
And that's what happens if you don't get picked for the international. They kill you.
Okay. All right. Now, Ron, back to Ron's story over here. Ron's talking about...
This is
Okay.
Madeline. Yeah, this is Madeline.
That's
And this is
Madeline. That's an artist. Okay.
So she would sit there and talk to him and ask him what's extraordinary about the art.
All right. Okay, let's do this. Let's do this.
Wait.
Playing here. All
Round
right.
one.
Okay, somebody come over here. Somebody be the artist. Matt, you be the artist.
Wait, is this the artist?
Yeah, and you're
I'll
gonna.
be the artist.
Okay, you be the artist, and you're gonna be Madeline. Okay.
All right, you be the
All right.
white man.
Hi, Madeline. What are you doing in Norwegia?
Okay. What happens here now?
Artwork to rip off.
All right. Get in there. Okay. Let me get a close-up shot of those two talking, discussing it.
Wait, we'll start over.
They're starting over.
Come on, what's up with this broken ass head? This is terrible.
The tape's rolling, so watch it.
My bad.
All right.
There's a donkey.
Madeline, what are you doing visiting me here in Norwegia?
I just came to see if you would like to go to be in my international. What kind of artwork do you have?
Hi, Madeline, what a deep voice you have.
You know, traveling all around the world makes my throat a little hoarse. Let's look at your statue made out of bottle caps.
I don't have it here.
Show him the
Do Can you see it anywhere?
What's this one?
That's my contemporary piece.
What do you mean by contemporary?
It's not old.
How would I benefit from having it in the international?
It's good.
So?
That doesn't make any sense.
No. Did you hear when she was on the thing and she went to see the lady? She said her piece was big, so.
What?
Okay, never mind.
Her piece was big, so what?
Never mind. I'll just leave now.
There you go, Ronnie. Hold the leg.
There's a stand you can set that on.
Oops.
Okay, now believe it or not, guys, this is cool. Can somebody else come over here?
My name is
Jump in? Jump in on this? We're having a conversation with you. Curator. Okay, come on. Jump in here. Pick a character here. Where's your character? Here, that's Carolyn right there. Get your character in there. Hey, I'm a little high school student here. There he goes.
A little.
No, wait, this will be the little high school student.
Okay.
Oh, come on, let me be the little high school student.
Who's this? This is another artist?
This will be the narrator.
So you guys get a light rack.
Head. Head is the narrator. Okay.
I'm going to explain to you about the 7 C's. Controversy.
The days are very short.
That's controversy right there.
Where's controversy?
Hey, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's it.
Controversy. I'd like to introduce you to controversy. Hello, controversy.
I am controversy. I will destroy you.
Well, that's about enough controversy. Now let's move on to another one of the 7 C's.
Contemporary.
This is contemporary. Mr. Contemporary, what can you tell us about contemporary art?
It's in your hand.
You're
There's
Mr.
a voice.
Contemporary.
Like everyone always
Okay.
says, not old.
Like your mama says?
I said like everyone, not my mama.
Your mama.
Now, let's roll around here.
It's pretty good.
Let's spread this camera around again. All right, let's go back to, now that we've had that little interlude there.
Hey, that was fun. That should be in the video.
Okay, something like that will work. So you think we should end?
Wait. Let me try shop on my good side.
All right, Josh. Okay, I'm gonna leave it. Go ahead. You want the leg effect? You got it. We'll get a nice close-up shot there. There we go. And Josh, your job is to scare the hell out of other high school students. So one constant. All right.
That's really hot.
All right. So tell me, what's Carnegie International?
It's an international exhibit of contemporary art.
Mm-hmm. And what would you want to tell other students about the international?
It's probably pretty cool.
It's going to be pretty cool. Okay, cool's a cool word. All right.
Cause from the public.
All right,
Actually, sit on Ollie.
What?
What is
Quit speaking.
what is? Hold on. We're not-
I revoke your voice
We're not
privileges
done
for the
with
rest of
that.
the afternoon.
All right, Josh. What's contemporary art? No, we did that one already.
Yeah, that's art that's not old.
Okay, so when you did a little history of the Carnegie
How
did.
about controversy?
controversy. Yeah, there you go.
Controversy is like when an art piece is a little to this or a little to that, and people don't like it, then people step in and they say, you can't do that. You can't show that. And that's what controversy is. When people are saying you can't do something, and really that's just impeding on artistic license, which means you can do whatever you want as long as it looks kind of good.
Oh, it looks kind of good.
Yeah. Like it's artistic.
Okay. So wait, where does controversy come? Where does controversy come into that?
Well, controversy is
Political, controversial, sexual, controversial.
Yeah,
What makes
I mean-
something controversial?
like I said, a little too much of this or a little too much of that. You know.
Okay, a little too much of this, much of that. Gotcha.
Yeah, or like politically, there could be a piece could be too much. Well, I mean, well, I guess part of it depends on what time period it is. You know, like in the 40s, maybe any art that wasn't maybe pro-war was probably kept out of people seeing it because they wanted everyone to be for the war. Mm-hmm. You know, and nowadays, you know, it's sort of like the opposite. You know, if a piece is too violent, you know, people think you're trying to start wars again, and they don't want people to see it. You know, or if something's too gross and they don't want their kids to see it, then they'll try not to let you have your piece in a gallery. But, you know, and it's sort of like, well, if you don't like it, just don't look at it. But a lot of people aren't satisfied with that. What
makes me think that just because people are in the art school, they know what contemporary and a curator is. Hey, get out.
What size this guy?
Yeah.
Okay, you're in here. Come on in.
is it still on? Is it still going?
Yeah.
It's unplugged.
You're just holding it wrong. Be a little more comfortable.
I think Richard wants to say something.
There we go. What was your question, Ron? Oh. This is Madeline.
Yeah, right, man.
Do you know what contemporary art is, or do you think it is?
Answer the question, sir.
I think it is. Contemporary artist.
Okay.
I think you should rephrase your question.
Yeah.
What do you
think?
consider?
Definition of contemporary art? Go ahead. Get your little puppet.
Okay.
How did I get involved in this?
What's the definition of contemporary art?
An artist that draws for the times.
Okay.
Keep going, Ronnie.
You know what?
Come on, you gotta be an interviewer here. Come on, make that puppet.
Keep going on contemporary art, or switch to curator.
Doesn't matter. You're the one giving the interview.
Alrighty then. Do you know what a curator is?
I'm sorry. A curator is a person who more or less oversees a art program or oversees an art program. Is that what it is? A curator? Or somebody who oversees a program per se?
Judges?
Yeah.
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 Okay. What was another 7C?
No.
Controversy. This is the only thing you've talked about today.
Yeah. Do you think controversy in art?
Yeah.
Like, do you think it's right to ban a piece of art just because some people don't like it?
I think that there could be some limitations depending on what that piece of art is trying to represent. If it hurts a particular group of people or person per se, then I'd have to somewhat object to it.
Well, would it make a difference if it was in a public or a private place? Like, you know, if it was in a gallery and you didn't have to look at it, would it really bother you that much if you didn't have to look at it, as opposed to being on the street where you could, you know, maybe like trip over it or walk right into it? They're so big you just couldn't avoid it.
I think if it got to that point, there were enough people that were concerned about it, a lot of people would want to look at it. And then I guess basically what I was said before, if it was constitute a serious problem with somebody, then, or a group of people or whatever, I would be somewhat object to it.
Maddie?
I've got to teach.
Okay, go grab that.
Thank you.
You guys doing that?
You don't want to ask me some questions. You don't want to ask me.
Yeah, we do.
You don't want to ask me anything.
I think I want to ask you a couple questions.
Don't want to ask me any questions. Okay, fire away. I got a class right now. I don't have much time to give to you. I mean, not too much time at all. Get that light on my better side. Get up, stand on a chair, look down.
You have to just
have it coming down the light, okay? If you're gonna do this, nah, that, I don't like that look. Up, up.
Go sit down.
I want the light coming down.
light because it's really, really
All right.
hot.
Here, sit down.
Ronnie, you put that thing on my shoulder, hide your grimy little fingers, okay? I don't want to see those little dirty fingers with
Yeah, all of
cafeteria food on it.
this is all on tape.
How do I look? Let me see. Like a DI, drill instructor?
No, actually,
Let's see here.
All right.
Unemployed. I don't like the way I look on camera. I gotta look better than that, though. Let me see. How about a side look? Something like that there? Like this here. Let me see. Maybe if I cover up my eyes. The eyes are real dark underneath. Let me see. Okay. Hey, yeah. How about like this here? I don't want to be identified, okay? Not.
What, in case you sound stupid? Oh, sorry.
Right. I just don't want to be identified. You can interview me like this.
It's fine with me.
Okay.
There, now you're blue.
Start up.
All right. What's the question?
Who's interviewing him?
If you guys find a crochet
Crochet hook?
Shoulders over there,
pulling stuff out.
or just a throw it out.
Oh, did I do that?
I think we need.
It
That
might be
could
a
really work.
display kind of tool.
I like that. I like that color of
Let's
like
do the whole syphil and ollie.
blue. I like me in blue.
Ron, no one likes
Look, I look better in blue. Look at that. I look great, man.
Here's our hood.
You see that? Karen, look.
Right here.
Look up there.
Mr. Sock over here.
Blue. I like that.
There we go.
That's even better yet. I like, wow, dark tan, man. Let me see.
All right, so Mr. Who's interviewing?
You know the way,
Here, this is you.
Listen.
We're doing the little guy before. Do the sock now.
okay, I'll do the sock, but don't show your hand. All right? I like that. Not bad.
Too bad I don't have any big eyes here.
Okay. All right.
Well, you know what? Come back over. I probably
Look at his pupils.
Hello. Hello.
Go ahead. You speak, Ron.
Let's have our host in here.
Keep it blue.
He's making himself look like a vampire.
Keep it. Okay, now, ask this question. Keep it blue.
Connection here.
Okay. Look, my teeth are falling out.
What's the touching the camera, Mr. Cole?
All right, now what do you want to ask me? Go ahead.
Look what you did. Define contemporary art.
Yeah. Yeah, I can.
Okay, I'll do it.
What do you mean?
What is your definition of contemporary art?
Contemporary art?
Yes.
I think everybody's an artist, actually. All you have to do is put it in a museum, and you can call it art.
Okay.
You could take anything and blow it up. You know what I mean? Even poo-poo.
So would you consider
You could anything could be art. Marcel Duchamp made that point. Anything is art. Just put it in a museum, okay?
So,
Like he had that toilet in the museum, you know, the toilet. Yeah. Take it to the museum, I always say.
so what is contemporary art?
Contemporary art is everything and anything. In actuality, contemporary art could be how you interpret nature and, in essence, put it out so people can read how you feel about what you're doing. That could be an example. I'm a lot smarter than I look, actually.
Yeah, we
Okay.
see. Okay, so so contemporary art has nothing to do with who or older than it, does it?
No, it doesn't. No, you got a good point there. Yeah, no, new or old. Just because there's a lot of artists doing traditional art, very good traditional art, as a matter of fact, that is just as appreciated today as it was years ago. You guys run out of questions or what?
No.
No.
All right. Okay.
So
What is it? What do you want to know?
what is a contemporary?
What
What
do
is a curator?
who is a curator? What is a curator? He's the guy that runs the show,
Who makes it?
the boss honcho, the big daddy, the big. Ronnie, that's a very, 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 very profound observation. You're right. It doesn't have to be a guy.
My name's
It could be a pig. It could be an animal. It could be a goof. It could be like a snake. It could be a rat. It could be anybody
It could even be this. Well, I want to meet
or
you.
anything. And I know what you're getting at. You want me to say it could be a female. Well, it could be a female,
Well, this
but
is
it
not one.
could be anything. or any one? Next question.
So, what
What?
do you think a curator's job is? How would you define the curator?
How would I define a curator? Why didn't you write these down before you give me the questions? Of course, I know what a curator is. A curator is the guy who runs the museum. His job is to see that all of the departments are running smoothly and that he has a variety of different types of shows.
Okay, go on to the next one.
What else you want to know? Now you're getting me mad, Ronnie. You know, you always get me mad.
Okay. How do you feel about controversy between art and art?
Art and what?
Controversy. What's controversy? How does it apply to art?
Or does it have?
Controversy. Okay, there's a lot of controversy over what is art. A lot of people have different beliefs in things, which is right, or they think is right, or they think is wrong. Now, just because someone thinks something is wrong doesn't mean that it is wrong. It may be right in someone else's eyes. And Ronnie, I know your next question is going to be, because you're so darn dumb, the next question is going to be, well, give me an example. Okay, I will give you an example. Okay, in Scotland, the men wear kilts, okay? But I don't see no one in Homeward Brushton wearing kilts, men, that is. I wonder why.
Because it's too cold out there.
Well, that's true, too. That's true, too. That is true. Well, why don't you guys get done with me? Because I think I've had it with you guys. I think I've had it with you guys, all right?
Thank you very much.
I'm out of here.
Okay.
How was it?
Sir, excuse me.
That's no help at all. Excuse me for me, I have to fix my jaw.
Okay. All right, please so what I want you to do is to continue. All right, now, we're not going to be able to do all this. Let's get back to you guys. So what we need to know is, are we getting anywhere with this?
Well, are we still discussing the stuff that we were talking about before?
Yes, we are.
Then when we talked about like format before.
Okay, format. What's a format? What type of format do we want this to be?
We want it to be interesting.
Mm-hmm.
We want it just so that people understand. Like we were saying before, we were showing this video to high school students, and we want to grab their attention so that they'll watch it, and that's so that so they'll watch it and understand it and enjoy watching it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. So how do we do that?
We have to make it interesting, in format or style.
Color. And how do we do that?
How do we make it interesting? Just if so, I don't know. We make it interesting with the way that we present it. You know what I'm saying? Like if it's in a way that would grab someone's attention. What am I trying to say? With just in its style. Like if you just have someone sitting there defining what all these different things mean, then no one's going to want to watch it. But if you have it, it's almost like you're teaching them things, you're showing them things without making it evident to them that you are. Does that make any sense?
Okay.
Like he was saying before, he was talking about with the game show. If we had a game show format, use that as a part of the video to explain or to define a few of the things, that's something that would grab people's attention. That's something, you're using something that they already know, that they're already familiar with, a game show, to explain something that they don't know.
Such as the Carnegie International.
Yes.
That they don't know. And what don't they know about the Carnegie International?
I think the general audience doesn't know anything about it. You say Carnegie, and they might know if they're from Pittsburgh, they'll probably relate it to different things like the museum. But the Carnegie International, they might not even know that has anything to do with art.
Alrighty now. Anything else on there?
No, that's it.
Anything else you'd like to tell your viewing audience today?
No, that's it.
That's it. Okay. Let me put a map over the seat. Switch seats with Carolyn. I like this shot.
Some of the people that haven't
Forrest at the seat.
on the camera.
To the seat. Come a little closer. Okay, maybe. He's not in the art. But we're just sit up here. Sit up a little closer. I can't get the camera any closer to that. All right, and now we want you now to just hit us with that little spiel on the international.
I gotta take a squeeze.
I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. Go look it up on the monitor. Okay, I know Matt Nichols also version of the Carnegie International thing is.
What do you want to know about?
The Carnegie International, just tell us what is the Carnegie International. It's the history of the Carnegie International.
I don't know all that. I don't know the history of it. I know briefly about it. Like, I'm hoping to learn as much as I get to put on this tape. Learn as much as everyone else is supposed to learn from it.
Mm-hmm. Like what is what? Like you're having this experience going through the Carnegie International. So what do you think about controversial artwork or something like that?
You mean, what do I think its value is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, like Josh was saying, if it's not in a public place, like thrown right at you, and you go to see it, like you choose to go see it on your own, then I think it's fair that if people want to go see it, then that's their choice.
Mm-hmm.
But if it's pushed in people's face and it is controversial, then people are generally going to be bothered by it.
Mm-hmm. Did you, you didn't meet with the committee, did you? So you don't know about that. So we wanted to see his content. We don't know what the content of it's going to be yet. Because, yeah, I want to get something done, each one of you done here. Okay, as a matter of fact, Josh, why don't you come here and sit down? You're next. Matt, out of the chair. Josh in the hot seat now. Let's get a little closer to me. A little closer to me now. Slide the chair, the whole chair and everything. Yeah, close your mouth.
Is he ready?
Move your head over that way a little bit.
He looks better than I do on camera.
More that way.
Getting a close up of my eye there.
You got it there. There we go.
That's good.
All right, now. All right, Josh. Let's your version here.
My version of
What's Carnegie?
it's that exhibition they have every, was it 4 years? 3 years, whatever. And they have contemporary artists from all over the world to put contemporary art in the galleries.
What is contemporary art?
It's art that's like going on now. It's not art 15 years ago or not art 200 years ago. It's what people are making now.
And what's going on now
What do you mean?
in the contemporary art world? Can you tell me?
I think you need to be more specific with your question.
What kind of art's going on now? What's
Well-
what's going on now? Do we know about it? Have we seen any of it?
Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot that
Give me an example.
no one's seen. Well, I know one thing about contemporary art is that it's usually a lot different from traditional and classical art. You know, like, art used to be just painting and sculpting and, architecture and, that kind of stuff. And now, there's a lot more things are accepted as art. Like, it's especially, like, with new technologies, like computers and video, even photography is a relatively new form of art that 200 years ago didn't really exist.
So, what do you tell me?
Well, I'm telling you that it's a lot different than it was a long time ago.
In the way that they're used, and
Yeah.
is the idea of, I mean, it's not just pretty pictures hanging on the wall anymore.
Right.
So are you saying
Sometimes the art is the wall, not just with hanging on it.
so the art is the wall? What's a site-specific piece mean to you?
A site-specific piece is something that part of what makes up the whole composition is where the piece is, like what's around it. Like if you had one piece that you built in the forest, like a sculpture piece, there's you can like maybe copy certain aspects of what's around you, and it's not going to look the same like in a gallery with white walls, just because you're not seeing what else is around there. It's like having a pre-made background for something.
So the space becomes the piece. Is that?
Becomes part of the piece.
Do you see an art having more meaning? Is it more meaningful now? Does it carry more of a message than, say, I don't know, work 200 years ago?
Well, most work, up until like 200 years ago, really, a good deal of it was religious, and only in, I guess, around like the Renaissance period is when people started experimenting, with new ideas, and then after that, we have there's all kinds of stuff like pointillism and impressionism and cubism and all that stuff, all the ism names, and before that, it was, a lot of it was, like a lot of the paintings and sculptures was like just to try to copy the subject as close to it as you could, and a lot of times just make it look better, and it's really just now just photography for that. So a lot of it's moving away from just painting or sculpting what there is. It's taking it out of your mind as opposed to out of what's lying around.
Cool. What else can we ask you? Got any questions for this guy? He said a lot of really good things so far. We're moving on here. Getting somewhere. Okay. Ron. Ron's not here.
Good question.
He said he went to the bathroom. Rich, get in the seat. Come on, just 2 seconds.
Come on.
The tape still rolls in it.
All right, we'll just put it on him.
Okay. Camera can't move. All right. What's that?
Big close.
I just want half a face, though.
Why?
I don't know.
You can always mosaic his face.
We can mask your voice. One of those things.
All right. Some light. Yeah. Okay, that's good.
Can I inch by before you
Yeah.
interrogating the poor boy?
Interrogating the poor boy. All right. Yeah. All right, Richard. Several of the same questions here. The first one being, the light over to here. It's making a shadow right on his face. International.
It's an exhibit which features international contemporary works
Okay, so now go into
that occurs every 3 years.
All right. And what is? Do you want to get that shot? All right. Now the Carnegie International. What's the importance of the Carnegie International?
I don't know,
You
to
don't
bring
know.
people works from around the world,
Okay.
contemporary works.
Josh, can we lose the beating? Madeline is the curator for the show. How did she find all the works that go in the Carnegie International?
How did she find them?
Yeah.
No, she goes there. She goes to the different places.
I mean,
And
how'd she know to go to these different places?
I don't know.
You don't know?
No.
Okay, so what does the curator do?
Like what does Madeline do, or curator in general?
Curator in general.
Okay, in general, they curate the library, the museum. They're in charge of what pieces go into each exhibit. Anything like that.
Okay.
Madeline, more specifically, goes, around the world looking for contemporary works.
Okay. So what is contemporary art?
Well, generally, something that's contemporary could be anything. I think it really has to do with your own personal opinion.
You just leave that there. Just leave it there. I get it. Alright. Let's get the art again. I've got it.
Anything, any type of artwork, it matters to you. It's your personal opinion of what is contemporary artwork. Don't you think so?
Okay.
Huh?
So
Huh?
that's contemporary artwork. It has to do with our time, contemporary artwork does.
Yeah.
I do believe it's,
Okay.
it's artwork of our generation, like we were talking about before. I don't know if 5 years is
I mean, I don't know if you can really
We looked up
define
contemporary.
something as a...
Yeah, but it's not contemporary art.
Right.
Contemporary.
It's just contemporary in
It's
general.
Contemporary is things that are current somehow,
Right.
according to that dictionary.
Contemporary are things that. Let's see. Let's see. Contemporary.
I did have a bookmark in there, but
It's marked. It's marked. Living or happening in the same period, about the same age, of or in the style of the present or recent times, modern. Three, I think, would fit what we're looking for. Of or in the style of the present or recent times, modern.
What do you think contemporary art is, Mr. Childers?
What do I think contemporary art is? Contemporary art. I'll read it right from the dictionary here. I'll read all of the living or happening in the same period, of about the same age, of or in the style of the present or recent times. Modern. Person or thing of the same period or about the same age as another or others. And contemporary art. Is there a contemporary art definition in here? Find that? You got that bookmarked in here, Carol?
That's someone who's just in charge of the...
What's that?
Someone who's...
I did.
There's a leaf.
Oh, my leaf. Yeah, I'm using my leaves for bookmarks. Contemporary.
yeah, what else are they for?
It's contemporary art.
Do we need a shot of the leaves?
Yes. It's. There we go. That's.
It's art.
It is.
Contemporary.
It is art in itself, and it will soon be art, not of itself, of something else. Yes.
That made sense.
It's okay. People are used to that.
As much as
understanding.
Okay, that's very good.